See if we can keep up with the chat. Cool, we got TikTok in the house. Perfect. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ah, crap. How did I do that? All right. Let me turn the volume on that. I guess I really don't need headphones for this, but let's go. What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome back to another daily recap of the news. I'm your host, Jeremy Baker. Yesterday went off so well that I wanted to do it again. I must be a glutton for punishment to dive back into all of this crazy news. So today, instead of just going into this blind, I actually emailed myself some stories that we can go over. Anything you guys want to bring to my attention, by all means, please do so in the comments. This is a fully interactive live, something that I'm trying to do a little bit different. Live streaming seems to be the medium of choice for most people these days. A lot of the young kids are doing it. So this old guy, no, I'm not applying to Kai Cenat Streamer University, which is crazy. I think that's a great idea, actually, with everything that's going on in the streaming environment. So let's get into it. We got some crazy shit to go over today. I'll be on for the next couple hours with you, or longer. The more you guys interact and the more we are able to cover, or any stories that you guys might want to bring up throughout the process here, we could be on for longer. We'll see how it goes. So first story, I don't even know where to start with this day. An American Pope. We can start with that. I don't give a shit about this, very much so, because I'm not religious, but there is an American Pope for the first time in history. And it's not Donald Trump. Don't worry, it's not Donald. It's not Donald. Thank God, Jesus. Hell would literally just. Anyway, MAGA's upset. They don't like this American Pope because this Pope has been critical of Donald Trump in the past, and he apparently is a pretty decent guy. Let's hope. Anyway, if he hates Trump, he can't be all that bad. So at least he's on the same page as the rest of us. Actually, you know what? I want to start tonight, before we get into the crazy news, I kind of wanted to follow up on a story that Mike and I talked about, and that was the racist white lady who decided that she was going to call a 5-year-old black child the N-word. And I wanted to follow up with that because this is the society that we've chosen to elevate. This woman, as of recently, I don't know if I still have it pulled up. Yeah. Okay. So this is the article, and this is from yesterday at 5:09 p.m. So the article about the event there and the fact that she's been raising a ton of money. As of right now, she's over $700,000. And of course, I think Mike caught this. I didn't, because everything I think is fundraising, I automatically think is GoFundMe. But the woman who could not be reached for comment, I tried to actually go on this website and find the fundraiser, but I was not able to. I will do some more digging into it, though. Fundraising platform, Christian fundraising platform, Give, Send, Go, free relocation expenses because the threats she has received over the video. Oh, God forbid you use a hate slur towards a child and there's repercussions. But this is what pisses me off, is that our society is rewarding her for her behavior. She should be suffering the consequences of her actions right now, but instead, she's filthy rich. She's in a whole different tax bracket now because she used the N-word against a child. So just in case you guys live with your head in a hole, here's the video to remind everybody what I'm talking about.
You call him a the child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Okay. Alright, that's what you say. Nobody digging to you.
A little kid just did, you dumb.
That little kid, you call him the little child?
What if he acts like one, he's gonna
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
Oh my God. All right. That's enough of that. Enough of that. So, yeah. Obviously, uncalled for. Looks like on the bright side of things, the NAACP has actually started to GoFundMe for the family of the child who was verbally assaulted, and that GoFundMe has raised $340,000 as of last reporting. So that is a positive there. I just still can't believe that we live in a society that rewards this kind of behavior, rewards it handsomely too. That's insane. So the reason I wanted to follow up with this story is because Piers Morgan had on another white lady who likes to use the N-word, who was recently banned from TikTok. Some of you might remember, for just that reason. Some of you may recognize her, some of you might not. But this is a supposed trad wife. For those of you who don't know what that is a traditional wife, which is a conservative way of saying they want you in the kitchen, they want you just popping out babies, and they want you cleaning up after the men. Funny fact about this woman, though, is she has a job. She has a career, or had one at least before all this happened. So the trad wife thing was fake to begin with. She was just pretending, cosplaying, as most right-wing grifters do. They pretend to be something that they're not in order to get money. Shocker. It's all these people care about. So Piers Morgan, and I can't believe I'm actually agreeing with Piers Morgan on anything. So Piers Morgan decides to bring her on. And this is her response when asked if she uses the N-word. This is insane. Just listen to this.
Do you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in a country.
Yeah, that's fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say.
I'm sorry. Can we agree at least that hate speech is not free speech? Can we at least agree that that's not the same thing? If anything, it's the antithesis of free speech. And should not be normalized or allowed or financially fucking rewarded for that matter. So
say she is. I mean, would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
I do, quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
I feel bad for the guy in the middle.
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a
Why
neo-Nazi.
would you put yourself on that
Yeah, well, if you
racist.
use the N-word repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you? Are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away.
They should.
So you were saying
they should take her
Carmelo
children
Anthony. It doesn't matter. That's a different.
Sorry, but just to
kind of
be
thing.
clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
It's
When would it
never
be appropriate to use the
appropriate.
N-word? When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Oh my God.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
Wow, bro.
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendricks? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think
racist?
you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own racism, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views. You see no problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable racist. And you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to watch.
I cannot believe I'm agreeing with Piers Morgan. I cannot believe, for fuck's sake, what has the world become that I actually agree with something Piers Morgan said. God damn it, man. I hate this reality. I hate this timeline for doing this to me. So, yeah, in other news, Linda McMahon, as you can see on your screen here, sent a letter to Harvard, which was not very well received. And I believe I don't believe this was Harvard that did this, that you see on the screen here. I believe this was done by somebody MIT. But anyway, reminder, Linda McMahon, WWE co-founder or owner, whatever they are, recently was put in charge of our Department of Education, which they're trying to dismantle. And what better way to do it than putting a complete idiot in charge of it? I mean, seriously. Give an example? Okay, let's do that. Recently, in a panel that she was being asked questions, she let everybody know that children in school will they're going to begin to teach them using A1. Okay, I don't even know where to begin with this one. How does somebody in charge of our education not know the difference between A1 and AI? But she thinks they're going to be taught with A1 steak sauce. You can see the next tweet below as a point of reference. But let's play this video because it's hilarious. Because she says it multiple times.
I heard, I think it was a letter or a report that I heard this morning. I wish I could remember the source, but that there is a school system that's going to start making sure that first graders or even pre-Ks have A1 teaching, every year starting, that far down in the grades, and that's a wonderful thing. Kids are sponges. They
Yes,
just
they are.
absorb everything, and so
Especially
wasn't all that long
A1
ago
steak
that
sauce.
we're going to have internet in our schools. Woo. Now, okay, let's see A1 and how can that be helpful? How can it be helpful in one-on-one instruction? How can it be helpful in absorbing, more information for those fast learners? It can be more one-on-one directed, and those are the kinds of things and innovations that I want to see continue to develop. I heard, I think.
Okay, so that's enough of that. But yeah, so she, the woman who thinks A1 and AI are the same thing, sent a letter to Harvard because Harvard and Trump are beefing right now. Harvard is being threatened with losing their funding and all this other stuff. But so I don't know how they would send a letter to Harvard and not fact check and make sure everything in it is completely 100%. But I mean, they're not going to take it seriously. You're talking about some of the smartest people, well, most privileged people anyway, in the country, and you're going to send them a letter full of grammatical and punctuation errors. So not a good look. Not a good look. So it just gets worse and worse as we go. If you thought that was dumb, let me pull up this story that I emailed myself here. Okay, so apparently Truth Social, Donald Trump's platform that he likes to spout most of his most ridiculous thoughts on, and I actually pulled it up this time so we could look at it. But yeah, he also, I guess there's a Truth Plus part of this, which is like here, hold on, I have it pulled up here. So Truth Social, and they have introduction to Truth Plus. What is Truth Plus? Okay, so free speech lives on Truth Plus, where you can watch the news you trust and shows and movies that big media has tried to blacklist. Oh boy. Whether you watch on your phone, computer, TV, blah, blah, blah. It's a rendering the platform uncancelable, if I can say that word right, by big tech. So it's a streaming platform that is all right-wing. And Donald Trump, that's super. That's just awesome. So what is on Truth Plus, you might ask? Well, stuff like this. This is a documentary, okay? This is a documentary. President Trump's media company is offering movies about lizard people and other wild conspiracy theories. Among other things, movies on the Truth Plus streaming service have suggested that Jesus Christ and Buddha are... Fuck. Jesus Christ, y'all. Okay. This should be good. Less than 2 minutes into the movie, the narrator makes a shocking claim. The evidence we are about to present to you has the potential to rewrite thousands of years of human history. It will present evidence that suggests ancient serpent or lizard-like aliens came to Earth thousands of years ago. Okay, so for you guys that don't know, like, lizard people is a big QAnon conspiracy. They actually believe that people like Hillary Clinton and all these other elites are actual lizards in human form. It's crazy. So where was I? We'll also present evidence that these ancient aliens are still among us today. Y'all, this is not a parody. This is not even a movie. This is a documentary. How do you find funding for stuff like this? Like this is what I understand. Like me and Mike have been trying to raise money for a year and a half. A year and a half. For what we do, like something positive in the world, I would hope anyway. I would like to think anyway. And then somehow people are raising money to make documentaries about lizard people. So let's read on. This bizarre narrative echoes a paranoia about shadowy reptilians that has persisted for decades on the absolute fringes of the conspiracy theory movement. However, in this case, the story of serpent or lizard-like aliens who are secretly wielding influence over the human race isn't coming from some pamphlet or dark corner of the internet. It is among the most... You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I can't read this last sentence. It is among the most watched films available for streaming on the platform. The documentary about lizard people is one of the most watched films on Donald Trump's Truth Plus streaming platform. That is fucking hilarious. That just oh my God, it's like, yeah, that's what you think. This is like exactly what you would think would be on something like Donald Trump's streaming service. What's up, Jeanette? Now, everybody, the last prime's here. The new Pope. I know, I was just talking about that. I'm actually looking up some more information on him later because I know MAGA's in a tizzy about the new Pope. And it's because it's not Donald Trump. Thank fucking God, right? Like, could you imagine Donald Trump as the Pope, like just up there, like waving and shitting himself the entire time, making the entire Vatican made of gold? You know what? Wait, did you guys see the picture of let me see if I got the picture of... All right, so this is... Sorry, I hit my microphone. I hate when that happens. It makes a big bang. All right, so this was Biden's Oval Office. Come on, find a picture of it. All right, so there. That was Biden's Oval Office. Blue carpet, you know. Nice, classy, right? Trump redecorates. Oh, you know what? And I'm pretty sure that his whole... I was watching Hassam Piker. And he also thinks that Donald Trump got his whole Alcatraz idea from a movie. He even looked further into it, and Escape from Alcatraz actually played in Florida on television the day before he announced his Alcatraz idea. So, yeah, okay, all right. That's all right. So Donald Trump, we know he's obsessed with gold, right? So if Donald Trump were to get into the White or Pope, yeah. So all right. Oh, here you go. Here's Biden, right? Classy. Pictures of former presidents. Nothing fancy, but you know, it's all right. Fucking God, dude. What is this, man? What is this? These are like Temu decorations that were painted with gold spray paint. He's got a thing with his name, a gold, like chunk of gold, whatever this is, with his name on it. Like, look at gold carpet, gold chair. Well, the chairs, I think, and the couch are the same, but all this is just gaudy, dude. It looks disgusting. Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So, all right, yeah. Anyway, back going to the lizard people. And people wonder why Trump's social media platform is completely failing. burning through like hundreds of millions of dollars, but somehow still, yeah, is still a thing. It will not go away. So yeah, that's the lizard people story. That is the #1 viewed. Yeah, are those golf trophies? I don't know. Are they golf trophies? I didn't look. Oh, please tell me they're golf trophies, because that would be hilarious. Can I zoom in? Zoom in. I don't have that capability. Save image. Save. That would be super funny if it was. Let me see if I can open it up. Yeah. Zoom. Analyze. Oh my fucking God, I think they are. I think those, Jesus Christ, I think those are golf trophies. They look like trophies. And we know Donald Trump likes to brag about, what is the Mar-a-Lago? We know Donald Trump likes to brag about all the golf tournaments that he's won. What is the name of his club? I know it's Mar-a-Lago, but what's the other name of his club? Golf, I don't know, trophy. Oh my God, it could actually be one of his stupid ass golf trophies. Yeah, if anybody could find pictures, that would be hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if that is actually his shit. He loves to brag about his golf trophies, man. So, yeah, so those are some of the dumber stories. I wanted to follow up on that one story, too, because we should not be rewarding racism. We damn sure shouldn't be giving it money. We got to stop doing stuff like this. We really got to stop doing stuff like this. I don't say we, but I mean just humanities in general, because we don't do shit like this. We call this shit out. Oh, God, I fucking found this story right before this. Right before we started. You guys are going to laugh your asses off. Apparently, there's a band. A musician wants to form a conservative Rage Against the Machine. And the comments are freaking hilarious. So a recent post on Craigslist calling out for bassists and drummers who would be interested in forming a conservative Rage Against the Machine out of North Carolina. That's hilarious. In addition to any original music, the poster says they would also like to have a set list of freedom-oriented cover songs. Oh my God, how could they go wrong, everybody? I mean, Jesus, I'm ready to buy tickets now. How could you possibly? Rage Against the Machine is one of my favorite bands. How dare you? How dare you even suggest a conservative Rage Against the Machine? There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. It's called Christian music. Church music. That's what conservative Rage Against the Machine is. Yeah, that's funny though. Okay, let's see. The internet, our best responses to the ad. The internet did not disappoint when reacting to a call for conservative Rage Against the Machine musicians. A post containing a screenshot of the ad is blown up with hundreds of comments on Reddit. Fox News, I will do anything you tell me. Fox News, I will do parodying out the lyrics, killing in the name. Instead of fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fox News, I will do what you tell me. That is the funniest shit I've heard in a long time. Yeah, Kid Rock, that's a perfect example of a conservative Rage Against the Machine. He looks more and more like an old lady, doesn't he? Every year. Every year. And that gaudy sequenced outfit that he wore. Okay, so other suggested potential band names included Rage for the Machine, Cog in the Machine, Rage on behalf of the regime, Rage against the working class. That's hilarious. One person wrote, you can't rage against the machine while literally being part of the machine. That, yeah, the whole concept of this is completely stupid. Oh, I was gonna say that. Please tell me they don't have actual shirts. That's funny. We played a pro. What? That's funny. Yeah, because there was. Yeah, I guess conservatives didn't know that Rage Against the Machine was against basically everything that they stand for, and now they're upset about it. Um, yeah, shocker. It also took them 3 seasons of the boys to realize that the entire show was making fun of them. But if you guys are looking to rock out in a band, then I'm sure will just make headlines and chop or top chart topping singles that you can apparently apply on Reddit or on Craigslist. I'm sorry, on Craigslist. So it's in if you're interested. Where was the city again? Kannapolis, North Carolina, a city of approximately 60,000 people. Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go. Good news all around. Good news all around. All right, so we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. And let's see what else we got in the news. So instead of just scrolling through, I'm going to troll Twitter a little bit here. And instead of just scrolling through ground news and looking for articles to read, I found some headlines that grabbed my attention. Some of these I read, some of these I haven't. But some of these are insane. Let me find the one. Where is it? Did I forget to do that one? No, maybe it's this one. No, it's not this one. But this one works anyway. So FEMA head has been ousted now, one day after saying eliminating agency not in the public's interest. No shit. Doesn't take a genius to figure that out. Oh, side note, I hope the red states are enjoying the lack of FEMA aid because Donald Trump is withholding it from you, the ones that voted for him. I hope you feel great about that. And we do not feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. Cameron Hamilton, the acting FEMA administrator and former Navy SEAL, was fired on Thursday. Jesus Christ, fire Navy SEAL. You're brave. Fired on Thursday after holding the position for several months. Hamilton opposed President Trump's and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's efforts to eliminate FEMA. The fact that they're trying to eliminate FEMA and their excuse is, oh, we're going to give it back to the states. But then they're not going to give the states any funding. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to give any FEMA funding to the states. They're just going to be like, it's up to you, man. It's yours. My asthmatic laugh. Yeah, sometimes it comes out. Sometimes it comes out. Depends on how stupid the story is. So yeah, they've gotten rid of the head of FEMA now. Awesome. That's great. That's just super. I'm sure that won't backfire at all. Just like how they gutted the FAA and now you can't even fly into Newark Airport. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Is this the Post here? No, that was the Piers Morgan one. Fetterman's pissing me off, man. That dude's driving me nuts. Where the hell did I put that story? I don't. Did I have it? Meta is doing evil shit again. Anybody surprised? I'm not. Okay. So that is for Sunday. Not shocking anybody to kiss Donald Trump's ass even further. At this point, the Republicans just have their faces permanently attached to Donald Trump's asshole. They've passed a bill to rename the Gulf of America. On May 8th, that was today, the House, controlled by Republicans, approved legislation to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America and require federal agencies to revise their maps. There's tax dollars well spent. We have to now revise everything because Donald Trump wants to name a body of water or something else. Of course, again, all this costs money. Documents to reflect the new designation. This legislation follows President Trump's January 2017 executive order to rename the Gulf, aiming to reflect U.S. economic and strategic influence despite the name's 400-year history and a lack of international recognition. And supporters of this include, shocker, Marjorie Taylor Greene, cited national pride and U.S. dominance in the region. Do any of y'all give a shit what the name of this body of water is? I mean, really? I mean, it should be the Gulf of Mexico. Who cares? Who cares? Why are we spending time on this? Why are we spending that? So instead of voting on something that could have helped the American people, they spent their day or afternoon or a couple hours or whatever voting on a bill to just rename a body of water for no other reason than Donald Trump wants it to be renamed the Gulf of America. And he gets mad and he'll actually bar reporters. That's why he barred the AP News, because they wouldn't recognize it as the Gulf of America. So now they have to flex their legislative muscles and make it official. It's so stupid. Oh, here you go. The renaming act could cost under $500,000 over 5 years for federal updates. And polls show that 71% oppose the change. Yeah, because this isn't anything that any of us ever gave a shit about. Like, you never ran on any of this stuff. This was never mentioned on the campaign trail. But that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. Oh, yeah, the one I want to talk about is, that's it. I found it, guys. You're going to love this story. You're going to love it. I love it. Ground News reporting. And for those of you guys that you don't have a news source that you trust or use, Ground News is probably by far the best one that I've found. Let me move this over here so you guys can see these better. Hold up, let me move my ugly face over. And I'll move that right there. Beautiful. See, look how that works. Bing. All right, so this is the story I wanted to talk about that I thought was absolutely insane. Okay, so Trump taps Casey Means, a wellness influencer who's close to RFK Jr., for U.S. Surgeon General. Not a doctor. Not even a life coach. A wellness influencer. And I don't know anything about this guy, but we're going to look him up. Okay, so on Wednesday, President Donald Trump announced his nomination of the 37-year-old physician. Oh, he is a physician. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I apologize. Wellness entrepreneur Casey Means for the position of U.S. Surgeon General. Succeeding Janet, I don't know how to say her last name. Trump withdrew nomination the day before the Senate hearing amid questions about her credentials and criticisms. Far-right ally Laura Loomer. So because she criticized Trump's girlfriend and said she got fired. Okay, so Means, he is a former surgeon. Holy shit, I stand corrected. An actual medical professional? I'm just so used to it being random people that Donald Trump likes on Twitter. A former surgeon and co-founder of Health at Levels supports Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s how could he be a medical professional and support RFK Jr.'s Make America Healthy Again agenda? This shit batshit insane. Metabolic health and chronic disease reversal. This goes back to they're just trying to make sure that people with chronic diseases and disabilities don't breed. That's the whole point of, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again, that's the whole point of their autism list that they're trying to make. It's called eugenics. For those of you who don't know, we need to stop sugarcoating it. We got to start calling it what it is. And I can't say it because I'm on TikTok, but the word starts with N and ends in Otzi. Okay, ism. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue. Trump praised Means for her impeccable Maha credentials, said she will work closely with Secretary Kennedy to reverse the chronic disease epidemic. It's not that there's more disease. It's not oh my God, we're just diagnosing more things, guys. We're just diagnosing more illnesses than before. It's not like the environment or something in the air is causing people to get sick. I mean, there are things that cause us to get sick, but you understand what I'm saying. It's not like these people are just going to reverse that. It doesn't make any sense. The nomination signals a continued emphasis on nutrition and holistic health. Christ. Within the administration, yeah, I know what holistic health with these people mean. They're talking about like hallucinogens, ketamine, which you know, our boy Elon is a big old fan of. But yeah, so that their holistic health thing, shove it up their ass. Yeah, this is letting crazy people run the nut house. Is what this is. Who is? I got to know more about this guy. All right, we're gonna learn more about this Casey Means. Who is Casey? I apologize for my search history in advance. Let's go to Wikipedia, because I know they hate Wikipedia. 37 years old. Okay. I'm just saying maybe a bit young to be Surgeon General. I don't know. I guess that's ageism. I shouldn't talk like that, right? That's not nice. She's an American medical doctor. Okay. I'm surprised because usually it's like celebrities and TV personalities that get promoted into jobs like this, not actual people with medical degrees. I'm honestly shook a little bit, but let's read into this more because I know there's got to be something. She did graduate from Stanford, but dropped out of her surgical residency 4 years later and subsequently took to practice functional medicine. Okay. Here it is. I knew it was something. Functional medicine. I've heard of this before in the right-wing bubble. Functional medicine is a form of alternative medicine that encompasses many unproven and disproven methods of treatment. So she's a quack. She's an absolute nut. Yeah, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. also believes in functional medicine. And alternative medicine means it's not approved or used by anybody that participates in actual science or medicine. So we have somebody that believes in alternative medicine now, working with RFK Jr., who is completely insane. There's so many people are gonna get sick. So many people are gonna, and the recommendations they're gonna make for medicines is gonna be bonkers, bro. Bonkers. It's gonna make ivermectin look like Tylenol. What these people are gonna recommend. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. All right, let me read more about her here. After dropping out of surgical residency, Meads sought to leave the mainstream traditional medicine, also known as the medicine that we use, medicine, you know, like there's no alternative medicine. I hate when I use that term. She established a medical practice in, how's it a medical practice if she uses pseudoscientific functional medicine? Her license was, okay, so she has an inactive medical license. There we go. Now I feel better. Well, I honestly, for a second there, thought they got somebody who's qualified for the job to run the department. But no, my thoughts were on point. I was wrong. I will admit I was wrong. But she is a doctor, or was, but her state, again, she's labeled inactive in January of 2024, so over a year now, she does not have a medical license, and she is selling creams and shit. Yeah, okay, so Means is the co-founder and chief medical officer of Levels, a company that offers continuous glucose monitors. She's also involved in her brother's company, TrueMed. Means sells sponsored dietary supplements, creams, teas, and other products on her. She's a grifter. She's a right-wing grifter. She is the perfect fit for this administration. Unbelievable. Amanda, they have their own dating app. They do. Yep. For incels. Like, how do you date one of these men? Bro, how do you date a man is MAGA. I watched, there's a girl on TikTok. Apparently she spent all of 2024 dating nothing but MAGA men to try and learn more about them, like why they think the way they do and all that stuff. And I just, why would you torture yourself? Who gives a fuck what they think or how they think or why they think the way they do? Who gives a shit? That's why I hate when a lot of these influencers are out there like debating MAGA. Who fucking cares what MAGA thinks? Charlie Kirk can shove his head up his own ass. I don't have the time nor the bandwidth to tolerate people like that. So stop trying to persuade them, or all they're going to do is take the opportunity and use it as clickbait, which is what they want. They want clickbait because clicks equal money to them. The more clicks they get, the more they can sell their bullshit products or programs. Like Andrew Tate has a whole product line, a course on how to be an incel. It's not called how to be an incel. It's like how to be a man, how to be an alpha man. But they sell this shit and people buy it. People buy it. What do you say? Finally caught up to the now. Yeah. So, but no, thanks guys for hanging out with me. I'm actually starting to enjoy. I was nervous about this. Amanda said I did fine yesterday. I don't know. It's weird doing these by myself. I'm more of a conversationalist than I am somebody that just talks to the screen. But having the interactive chat actually kind of helps. It's nice seeing you guys in here. You know, I know it's not a lot of us, but Tizzy just released an update on the racist mom. Oh, did he really? Okay, we can do that. We can do that. We can do that. Thank you so much. Catch my whiff. Let's go to Tizzy. I want to see the update. Because I can't believe, I hope she doesn't get a penny of that money. I hope she doesn't get a fucking dollar of that money, man. Here we go. All right, so here's the update.
Did you call the child the word?
Well, I have some updates on this one that y'all probably aren't going to like. To recap quickly, you could follow that comment if you're on TikTok.
Like
Otherwise,
that's not good.
This is from a video where a woman was spotted at a children's playground in Rochester, Minnesota. She was yelling the N-word at a 5-year-old little black boy who has autism because he took her child's toys. And she was physically pursuing him when this other father pulled out his phone and confronted her and recorded her, and she was proud to continue using that word. So I made this post, and a lot of people were outraged by it. But then it was found by another group of people. The alt-rights, the white nationalists, the groypers, they all saw this and immediately said, "Is this our queen?" and made her like a hero.
They did.
Like she was some sort of legend to them. And then they decided to message me. I got lots and lots of fan mail. I like this one about going to cut off my hands. My hands will most likely be holding a cordless hole puncher in them. So you might have to deal with that first, but good luck there, bud. Also, not all of them were terrible. I mean, thanks to this one, now I'm a wizard.
Man.
But I digress. Meanwhile, the man who recorded the video got it worse. They found out who he was, started sending him threats. Then someone found an article from 2023 where he and another man were charged with an assault of a 16-year-old. And they started going, oh, this guy's a registered sex offender who doesn't even have kids and was at the playground for what reason? So first of all, he does have kids. He was there with his children. Second of all, that case...
What the fuck does that have to do with him recording, though? I mean, recording an incident. I get that's... Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, of course, they're going to target that. That's crazy. Okay, so let's go on.
If anyone had bothered to look, but why would they do that, was dismissed back in 2023. Court documents state the case was dismissed in the interest of justice. And generally speaking, a dismissal in the interest of justice allows a court to dismiss a procedurally proper, so it's not like police screwed up the investigation or was filed wrong, procedurally proper but unjust or unjustifiable cause of action. In other words, yeah, we don't think these people did this thing. And he maintains that he absolutely did not. But here's the best part. It really doesn't matter. He's kind of irrelevant other than the fact that he's the one who recorded the video. Yeah. He's not a part of it. It's not like he said, she said. He was just there and documented it. Now, a bunch of the messages I received were calling me out for doxing her, which is interesting because I didn't say her name anywhere. I didn't make a post with her name anywhere. I had it within like an hour and a half of posting 2 days ago. I passed it along so that the people who were involved, the parents of that child, could seek justice because She committed at the very least a misdemeanor and with the use of slurs, possibly an enhancement to a felony.
Why?
I wasn't going to make a post about it. I wasn't going to dox her and put her information out there. She, however, doxed herself. That's where this picture comes from, which was posted as part of her Give, Send, Go fundraiser to help me protect my family, where she acknowledges that she is the woman in the video. And in her description of why she needs the money, said that she called that kid out for what he was.
All right, keep in mind this is a Christian, supposedly Christian-based website.
Like zero remorse for you.
It'd be a shame if you guys all would just like bombard these people with reviews. This one's from today. Okay. That's not the newest video from Tizzy? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Which one is? It's hard to keep track of all of them. Oh, that was 6 days ago. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I'm such a dumbass. Let's just go to his freaking page. I'm sitting here watching it like, oh. Is it this
I want to
one?
give an update on the Shiloh Hendricks situation. This is the white woman who was caught on video yelling the N-word at and chasing a 5-year-old autistic boy for taking her child's toys on a playground. And when that video went viral, she parlayed that into a fundraiser that she has now managed to raise over $750,000. A lot of people upset about this, understandably so. But I think it also helps to have at least context. So let me give you a little bit of that. The success of her campaign is a direct correlation to Carmelo Anthony and the campaign that his family put up. If you don't remember, Carmelo Anthony is a young black high school student who is accused of stabbing and killing a white high school student by the name of Austin Metcalf. His family put up a fundraiser, raised over $500,000, and the alt-right and MAGA and white nationalists were very, very angry about it.
Of course they are.
Here comes Shiloh. Perfect storm scenario. And then it just turned into, well, let's make sure she raises more money than he did, like it's a contest. Also, side note, this post right here that's celebrating that victory, right? This is a well-known white supremacist woman on Twitter. And she actually engaged with Shiloh Hendricks right at the beginning and promoted her fundraiser in a big way. She made a post saying, hey, I've talked to this woman. She has a fundraiser, and I've confirmed that she's legit. She made her confirm that she is who she says she is by sending her a selfie, writing her username on a piece of paper. But that wasn't enough. She was like, I'm glad you sent me the selfie. This proves that you are who you say you are. But I also need to know that you're down with the cause. So if you are, I want you to write the N-word on that same piece of paper and send me another picture. And Shiloh did.
For fuck's sake.
She had no problem doing that because she is a horrible human being. Now, before I move on to what maybe we can do about that, I want to update you on a couple other things. NAACP in the area put up a GoFundMe to raise money for the family of that little boy and try and help them seek justice. They raised over $340,000 and actually closed the campaign rather than just upping the amount like Shiloh did. Also, the man who just recorded that video and confronted her because he didn't like what she was doing, he didn't want to see her harm that child, has received numerous death threats. And considering how many I've gotten, I know he's had to get so many more. He's had to basically shut down his business. He had to move his family like the day after that video went viral for fear for their safety. He did set up a GoFundMe. That's how much he's raised so far. I'm going to put a link in my bio to that. So if you feel like supporting him and his family, please feel free to do so.
So just like the alt-right, to elevate a racist human piece of garbage out of spite. That's why that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I hope she doesn't see a penny of that. The website should definitely keep the money or just refund all these big. No, you know what? Don't refund them. Don't refund them. Keep that shit. Keep that shit. They want to donate to this kind of stuff. You know what? They deserve to have their money taken away. But no, thank you, Catch My Whiff, for letting me know. So, but no, I hope they take all that money. That's crazy though. And Twitter's the place you go for that kind of stuff, dude. They will praise you for being one of the most horrible human beings in the world, which is crazy. That's just the world we live in. I mean, just goes to show you, like, America's always been racist. Jesus Christ, America's always been racist. But now we have white people out there going, oh, they're being racist against us. Oh, they're coming here to replace us. Oh my God. And millions of people believe that shit. It bothers me every single day that there's this many hateful bigots. Like electing Donald Trump just proved it. It makes me sad that this many hateful bigots still in this country in 2025. But now, thanks to people like Donald Trump and Elon Musk and him doing all that salute, it just basically elevated all this stuff to almost normalized. I mean, but it's almost made it's out in the open now. We see this shit on a daily basis. Like none of this stuff is shocking anymore. Like we see horrible shit happen every single day now. I mean, we see a lot of dumb shit happening too, but we see a lot of this, like open racism. They don't care. They're not ashamed anymore. They should be ashamed. I hope one day, the nice thing about being a voter for Kamala Harris is I'll never have to be ashamed of who I voted for. These people will. Eventually, when people start dying and people lose all their benefits, eventually one day these people are going to be like, I was responsible for this. Some never will, but there's going to be a lot of people that will. What do you say? Basically, she's likely to keep the money, but the company that processes that shit, it was a parent company for Square. Oh, I got you. Oh my God, these people are crazy. So, all right, so we're coming up on about the hour mark. So let's go ahead and look at some more stories. Just a quick reminder again, this is dual purpose podcasting, live streaming, and live streaming is just something new. You guys know that. I'm usually not by myself, but we are trying to raise money for the podcast. If you guys know of anybody that's willing to sponsor us or donate, or if you guys have a product and you guys would like us to sponsor or be a sponsor for us so we can push your product for or help promote your product for you, that'd be great. Obviously, we're just not going to promote anything, but it would be nice to have some help with what we do. Trying to raise money for studio equipment and cameras and all this stuff has been a lot harder than it blows me away that right-wing grifters get all this money. Like they'll pour money into someone like that and they'll complain about the price of eggs, but then Mike and I are trying to protest and resist and give people a voice and stuff like that. And we just have such a hard time raising money. Plus, nobody really knows who we are. And we don't have, no Soros funding. Disappointing. I wish there was Soros funding. That would be nice. That'd be cool. Being a paid protester, how cool would that be? Because it's fun. Protesting's fun as shit. So to actually be paid for it would be awesome. That would be awesome. And some very disturbing news. This one's kind of hard to read, but can I change the color? Let me see if I can change the color of my text real quick, so you guys can see it better. How do I change? Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. Duh. Chat box. There you are. I'm not used to using Streamlabs, so bear with me here. Yeah, text. No, I don't want that. Let's do. See if we can make it brighter. All right. So next, have I reached out to Chorus? I don't even know who Chorus is. Who is Chorus? I have not. To answer your question, that's my bad. I reset the chat on the screen because I wanted to make the letters white so we could actually see them. But yeah, all right. So let's look at this. You guys remember Tyree Nichols? Got beat to death by some cops. So an out-of-town jury in Hamilton County acquitted 3 former police officers of all state charges in the 2023 death of Tyree Nichols. It was on camera. They beat the shit out of him. I remember watching the video. It was horrifying. Beat the shit out of him, and then he died as a result of the injuries. The officers faced charges including second-degree murder, aggravated assault after Nichols, a 29-year-old black father, fled a traffic stop. But the defense argued he resisted arrest. Okay. So because he was... Hey, Jeanette, thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. The Danish kroner, is it kroners? It took forever. It took Mike and I forever to figure out what DKK stood for. And then because we always say U.S. dollars, we're dumb Americans, you know what I mean? So it's weird having fans from Denmark and other parts of the world. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you so much. You're always giving to the cause. That's great. I love it. I always feel weird, man. I always feel weird asking people for help, like for money. Again, I think yesterday you guys told me it must be just a guy thing. Or I don't know. I changed my life a few years back and decided I wanted to be a good person. after spending years of being a terrible person and doing things like asking people for money when I used to be, I would take your money back in the day. Like, I'm not the same person I used to be. I started off my life as a good person, made a lot of bad choices in life, took a bad turn, and then managed to come back and turn it around. Maybe one of these days I'll tell you guys my whole story. So yeah, but it's just asking for help is always weird. I appreciate you guys though. The community is the reason we keep going. They only care when it's convenient. I agree, Amanda. They do. And they only care when it affects them in a negative way. So yeah, once I'm telling you, Mike is right. July 4th this year is going to be crazy. Hey, Amanda, aren't you supposed to be working? Why are you watching my stream right now? You better not get in trouble. You better not blame him. You get in trouble. It's not me. That's not my fault. I'm just playing. But no, I don't trust cops either. I never have. I mean, I'm a stoner. Yeah, all right. I may have gotten away with that on TikTok because I cut it in half. I'm a stoner. I like organic products. Okay, how about that? So, up until like 2-3 years ago when they made it legal medically in the state of Pennsylvania, like we were always paranoid about that shit. So we never trusted cops, man. Come on. Those who know. It is what it is. But all right, so back to the article. Wow, that got off track. So Nichols sustained blunt force trauma from the violent encounter. 5 officers pepper sprayed, punched, and kicked him. Okay, for fleeing a traffic stop. They claim he resisted, but for that, they decided they were going to beat the shit out of him, pepper spray him, kick him near his home, and his death sparked widespread demonstrations and demand for changes to policing practices across the country. That's very important because the Trump administration is essentially trying to give, and he said this on the campaign trail, that he wants to give basically full immunity to cops. He wants to militarize the police force. He's already taking steps to do it. So if he can't turn the military against us, he may just use the existing police forces to do it for him, which is crazy. And like I said, he wants to give them immunity from stuff like this. So they could literally go out and commit murder or shoot somebody by mistake because they fit the description and get away with it with no consequences whatsoever. That's just going to breed nothing but corrupt and freaking horrible cops. But policing does need to be redone in this country, completely redone. I mean, the whole policing system has been built on racism anyway, but it still hasn't changed. If anything, it's gotten worse over the last few years. Police brutality cases and just stories about people getting killed by cops is too much. Too much, man. We need some positivity in this world. We need some love and caring. Would be nice. It would be nice. Yeah, so next story we're going to go over. This is not going to be a fun one either. Millions of people could lose insurance under GOP Medicaid options. As somebody who was not taken advantage of, but been a participant in the Medicaid system, because I was a single father. You know what I mean? I raised my kids since they were 8 and 10 years old. Being a single parent in the United States with 2 kids, fucking expensive. So Medicaid was a huge help. Plus, I have a daughter with a disability. She was born deaf, and as a result, she got a cochlear implant. I don't know if you guys know, it's like a biomedical thing. So it's a device they implant. Part of the device is implanted inside of her ear, and then there's another part that is just worn on the outside, like a hearing aid, attaches to the back of her head via a magnet, and that transmits a signal from outside to inside, and stimulates the hearing nerve, so she can hear. Amazing technology, and she's had it since she was 3 or 4. 3, I think right around 3 years old, and she's 21 now, and it's been an amazing thing. But yeah, without Medicaid, she probably would never been able to get it because we wouldn't have been able to afford it because American health insurance is complete and total shit. For those of you guys that are outside the United States, our healthcare system is as broken as it gets. It is a for-profit system. It is not a for-patient system. 100% of our medical system, pharmaceuticals, all that stuff is profit-driven. That's why America is the most medicated country in the world. If you didn't know that, yes, we are the most medicated country in the world. We take more drugs than anybody. And I'm not talking about illegal drugs. I'm talking about pharmaceutical drugs, antidepressants, stimulants, opiates, all that stuff. Yeah, we're a bunch of pill junkies, apparently. Catch my whiff. The Cochlear is amazing. You don't have one, but I like the science. It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. The earlier the kid gets it, the better, because obviously the vocal and the language curve at young ages. So the younger you get it, the better off the kid will be. When it comes, some people have no problem at all, like with speech impediment, because my daughter does have a speech impediment still, even to this day, even though she's had it since she was like 3 years old. It's just some people speak and hear just fine. Some people still have a little bit tough time with it. Everybody's different, but it's been amazing as a result. I mean, she's in college now. You know what I mean? But it wasn't easy to get. We had to fight to get it. I guess we'll talk about the school system right now. We may as well, since we're on the subject. My daughter, being deaf, and I live in a city of 35,000 people, like one of the hardest things I ever had to do was find a way to get my daughter a good education. And one of the things I had to do after I got full custody and was able to make the educational decisions for her is I had to get her enrolled in the College for the Deaf out in Pittsburgh. An amazing place, absolutely amazing place. And I worry about places like that being shut down because it's a state-funded school. It's free for kids to go there if you're deaf. They teach kids from pre-K all the way up past into college classes. They teach there, and state-of-the-art. Everything's fully advanced, amazing. The library alone was absolutely incredible, fully interactive, and as a result, she got an amazing education. That was sucked though, because every week she had to go to Pittsburgh, and then she came back on every weekend. She would come home, and the state would pay for that. So like, I don't understand how these MAGAs and a lot of these people are like, yeah, I don't want the government giving me medical insurance. Why not? Why are you against the government doing more for you? Why would you want the government to do less for you? That to me, that rationale makes no sense to me. It never will. We could have, right now, there's enough money in this country. If the top 1% paid their fair share, we could right now have universal health care. We could have universal daycare. There could be funded free lunches for every public school in America. All this stuff could exist right now. We could even have a universal income. Like everybody could get a basic living wage every month from the government right now. We could have this right fucking now. Other countries in Europe and other places have this already. They have surpassed us. And people say socialism is bad. Yes, some forms of socialism is bad. Capitalism, also bad. Obviously, because it allows for very few people to control all the wealth and all the power. Capitalism is bad. It gives you the illusion that you might get rich one day, but chances are most of us are going to die alone and poor as fuck. I mean, but, yeah, they've been taught, Alan's right, they've been taught to fear socialism. But like, all right, so socialism, if you're on Medicaid, food stamps, any government program, Section 8, anything like that, so that's socialism, okay? And don't say it's not, it's a social program. Okay, well, the root word in socialism is fucking social. So don't come at me like, oh, this is socialism. Anytime the government helps the people and the people don't owe you anything, that's socialism, okay? Tax monies get funneled into the people. Not a bad thing, it's a good thing. As a result, like people on Medicaid, when they have babies, they don't have to worry about getting a bill from the hospital. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, people act like paying for medical insurance is the American way of doing things. It's like, fuck, dude, we pay thousands of dollars a year for medical insurance and don't pay for shit. You barely pays for anything off your medications. And then, God forbid, you have a large claim and you get sick. Then you're sick and have to fight the medical company or the insurance company at the same time while you're in the hospital dude, our medical system is so fucked up in this country. It's a joke. It's a joke. It needs to be completely redone. Yeah. Like I said before, it's a for-profit system. And until it's a for-patient system, until patients are the focus of our medical system, nothing is going to change. nothing is going to change as long as power and money is the goal. Stock prices, like, fuck off with your stock prices. All right, so let's see what other stories we got. I got another couple, I think, that we could go over. And then we can troll Twitter for a little bit. If you guys want to troll anybody's, I wrote some names down we could troll. But yeah, we can troll Twitter a little bit. If you guys have any creators or right-wing nut jobs that you want us to put comments on, we can do that live on air. I'm sure I have a list of people we can go on their feeds, and I'm sure they have some pretty entertaining things that they've posted. They usually don't let us down when it comes to just nutty shit. So here we go. Fetterman. I want to talk about this guy because I have a bone to pick with this guy. I think, honestly, something is... His wife has been speaking out, saying that he's not taking his medications. Like, yeah, he needs help. He actually needs help. But this I called him and left him a very nasty message saying, look, I did not elect you. And I remember when the right wing, when he had his stroke, they made fun of how he talked. They made fun of him. They said he was not mentally capable of holding office as a result of the stroke. And then just to have this asshole turn around and vote with the Yahtzees, TikTok, come on, man. That shit pissed me off. So I left him a nice message to let him know. I tried to record it, but unfortunately that apparently is illegal. Well, your phone, I don't know if you know this, but when you try to call somebody and you screen record it, it will not record the phone call, even if you put it on speakerphone. That's funny. So Senator Fetterman, supposed Democrat, raises alarms with an outburst at a meeting with union officials. This is new and developing. So Senator Fetterman of my state of Pennsylvania met with the teachers union last week in Washington, D.C., and the meeting rapidly deteriorated due to his agitated behavior. Again, his wife has been saying his behavior is becoming increasingly erratic and that he's not taking his medication. The confrontation followed a 2024 letter from the former chief of staff warning that Fetterman was off his recovery plan after a 2022 stroke and diagnosed heart condition, raising concerns about his mental health. I honestly think that he does need to get treatment. I think there's definitely something going on that is affecting his judgment. And I'm not the only one that thinks that, obviously, because some of his own people are coming out and saying it, including his wife. So the fact that these people are just running around the Capitol building, making decisions for all of us, is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And he's a senator, too. So if this guy votes with, what did he vote with? He voted with their budget bill. There was some other shit that he voted for that really pissed me off. But it's like, why all the campaigning he did and all the fighting he did and all the scrutiny that he got over his wardrobe and all that shit and the way he acted, and then just to turn around and flip-flop like that, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. It just goes to show you how greedy people are and what money can do to a person. Power makes people sick in the head, especially people that have never had power. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene's a perfect example of somebody should never have power. For fuck's sake. Yeah, I know Fetterman's in. He's in for a while, being that he's a senator. Was that a 6-year term? Yeah. Unfortunately, Fetterman's in unless they can get him out for medical reasons, or he gets help. If he's off his medications and shit, that's not good. That's not good. As somebody that takes mental health medications, and yeah, and plus having a stroke can substantially affect your mental health. Yeah, that's not good. It's not good. We got a very large man off his meds running around the goddamn Capitol in shorts and a hoodie, causing a ruckus. Goddamn, that can't be good. That can't be good. Again, if you guys, real quick, if you guys need a news place to get all your news from, Ground News is fantastic. It's one of the best sources that I've found. It tells you over here the bias of the source. It tells you how high the factuality of it is. It even will tell you which sources are left-leaning, which sources are right-leaning, which ones are kind of right in the middle. And then it even breaks down all that, even has all the different articles that it got all the information from, which is cool. And it gives you a nice synopsis at the top. You can get a right-leaning synopsis. I usually just go for the center. You can also choose the left-leaning synopsis, but I would rather just kind of cut it right down the middle if I'm going to try and base an opinion on this information. I don't want it to be biased one way or another. I want it to be as neutral as possible, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I say that, because there's nothing ever going to make me agree with whatever's going on the right. They can fuck themselves, man. I don't use the word hate very often, but god damn it, man. I hate this movement. I hate these people. I have a protest here in 2 days. No, that can't be right. I thought there was supposed to be a meeting on it. There's supposed to be I think there's a protest on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look. For one reason or another, I want to say there's like a big local protest. Or is it nationwide? Yeah, Saturday, May 10th. So that's 2 days from now. So this Saturday, man, I'm doing a lot of streaming this week. Saturday, I'll be on location in my hometown doing the protest that's going on there. May 10th, I don't know if that's local or if that's all nationwide. But I thought there was a meeting. What the fuck? Oh, okay, sorry. They're making signs. Nice. All right, so you guys are going to be watching me make signs on Saturday. And it can't, we agreed, it can't have any F words on it, so I got to think of something clever. You hate. Yeah, I hate. Yeah, catch my whiff. That's probably the best way to say it, is I also very much so hate. But I'll be live streaming probably on TikTok on Saturday, and that'll be from 2 to 4 p.m. And before, if I go to help make signs and stuff. I'm trying to get involved in the local protest scene, which is weird because there never was a local protest scene until recently, but 5051 is apparently helping with the organization and stuff. The kids that are involved, I can't believe it's young people getting involved, and old people coming to these meetings and asking questions and how they can help and stuff. So, but you guys are going to see probably some pushback out of all the protests I've been to. This will be the 6th one this year that I've been to. I've been to New York City, Washington, D.C., 2 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is the state capital. I went to the first 5051 meeting. That was my very first ever protest. And I've been in 1 here in my hometown. And I've had more pushback. And I told the people in the meeting this, too. I told them, I was like, look, I've been protests in a bunch of different places. The most pushback I've seen was here. People revving their engines and doing burnouts in the intersection just to get tire smoke everywhere. Yeah, so you guys should see some they'll probably throw a few slurs. They did that the last time too. So I'll be doing that Saturday. And then Sunday, Mike and I have our show at 2 o'clock. Monday, we have a show, James and I, comedian James Russell and I have our show, The Derp State, on Monday at 9 p.m. And then Tuesday, we aren't doing a show, but we're going to be on the Sons of Liberty podcast on YouTube, which I think they have like 80,000. And they actually asked us. It was from when we were on the Tennessee Brando show. They reached out to us. Their people reached out to us. Their people called our people, which our people is me. So they reached out to me, and now we're going to be on the podcast. We have a trans activist that spoke at our rally in D.C. She's coming on the show, I believe, on the 20th, and then I have someone else for the show booked on. So we have a lot going on this month as far as guests and shows that we're going to have planned out. And I'm going to be trying doing this as much as possible. Honestly, it depends on how much money I can raise. Also, if you are, tires are going up in price. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's because they get the rubber from, the rubber's not made in the United States, guys. They get the rubber from somewhere. And most likely it's tariffed. But yeah, if we could raise the money, if you guys do donate today, please let me know in the comments. I'm not watching my GoFundMe here live here, but so if you guys do donate, or if you guys reach out to somebody and get them to donate, please let me know so I can recognize you. Because I like to recognize people for doing stuff like that. obviously. Sometimes I don't like to call you guys out by name a lot of times because obviously safety reasons. I don't want you guys getting trolled as a result of helping us out. So if I don't say your names, don't take it personally. It's just more of I'm trying to protect you a little bit. You know what I mean? Whether you want it to be protected or not, I feel like I'm obligated to not single you guys out in a way that could potentially harm you. I want to protect my community. We've built this from the fucking ground up, man. We've built this from the ground up. And I'm not going to let anything tear that down. So, but we have such, the best part about DC, and I know I'm getting off topic here, but I guess that's kind of the whole point of these live streams is just to talk to you guys. The best part about DC was meeting all the people that we've had on the show. I mean, we had Alexa was there, Tammy was there, Matt was there. We've had on the show. We've already met him before, but then Combat Vets Against Trump, Tom, he was there. We've met him before though, but he was there. But Liz, who we've known for like almost 2 fucking years now, Liz McIntyre, the founder of Stop Moms for Liberty, she drove from Florida all the way to Washington, D.C. to be with us at the rally. And that was the first time I ever got to meet her. And it's amazing. I used to bust my kids' asses because they tell them, like, I used to give them shit for, like, you guys need to get out in the world and meet people, like, in real life. But honestly, I've met more amazing people online than I've ever met in real life. I really have. So I think it's the best part about this is I love meeting people, and you can ask Mike, like, I'll go up and talk to anybody. I'll go up and talk to anybody, ask them to be on the show. That's what I do. I'm a salesperson. So, Robbie Roadsteamer he was our MC. That was great. He's hilarious. I wanted him to sit down too, but he was busy. But we figured some stuff out. So our next live stream or our next on location podcast, not a live stream. Well, it's a live stream, but it's not like a mobile stream. We did it with the laptop and the cameras. Now I just need to get a better mobile microphone set up. Once we have that, we should be good to go. And we need cables that are a little bit longer. Because I want to set a camera up like right at the stage and have a cable running to like the media area where we have our setup, our laptops and all that shit. Yeah, Liz is amazing, Pamela. She is so fucking awesome. She's been one of our biggest. She has been our biggest supporter. Probably her and Tennessee Brando. Those two have been like the biggest supporters. Yeah, Robbie looked like Macho Man a few times. That was a good way to put it. He was a character, yeah. So I know you do donate. We keep financing. Oh no, I get it. I get it. I try and send thank yous via the GoFundMe page to all you guys. So hopefully those go through. If not, just know that I do actually do that. If it doesn't go through and you don't get a thank you, please blame GoFundMe and not me. I love all of you, and I appreciate every bit of help you guys have given us. And it's honestly because of you guys that we're still here. I wanted to give up. I'm not gonna lie. When Trump got elected, I woke up crying that day. I was bawling. I was mad, angry, scared. I had so many emotions, and I was like, fuck, I just can't do this. I can't report on this. But honestly, watching it fall apart so fast has been amusing. It's going to hurt us all, but at the same time, because we knew it was going to fall apart, we knew this was all a joke, but just seeing it play out in real time has been kind of satisfying, I guess. I shouldn't say that because of terrible things are happening. But I think all these terrible things are uniting a lot of people in a way that we've never been brought together before. I mean, I know for damn well that some of the people in these meetings, these 50-51 meetings, are Trump supporters that voted for Trump. They probably voted for Trump 3 times, but now they're out there helping plan protests against Donald Trump. Donald Trump has united the world against us, but not the people, just him. Like they hate Donald Trump. They don't hate us. I think that's what we need to understand is Donald Trump does not represent the United States people, the American people. He might think he does, but let's be real. What, 25%? Or less than 25% of the American population voted for Donald Trump. That's a very small amount. That means we outnumber them 3-1. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are we acting like we're defeated? There's like 260 million people that didn't. And honestly, I get that some of these are under the voting age of 18, but that's a lot of people that didn't vote for Trump. And we need to rally now and fast. We have to rally, and we have to get people that didn't vote, that don't know what's going on. We have to educate these people. That's why I'm trying to get with my mayor. I want to hold a monthly town hall. Me, just an average everyday American. I want to hold I want a monthly town hall to explain people why things are happening, that Project 2025 is very real, and what to expect. The more we know and the more educated we are about the situation, which is what basically me and Mike have been trying to do for the last year and a half, is educate people about what the realities are of their agenda. And everybody called us crazy. They're like, nah, that can't happen in the United States. I heard that so many times. That'll never happen in the United States. Well, here we are, everybody. It happened. It happened. So we're going to get through it, though, but we have to unite. We have to put our differences aside. Okay? None of that matters anymore. We have a bigger purpose. Fascism in America, the end of democracy. That's a very, very big rallying cry. That's a big purpose. Everybody should be able to get behind that. Freedom itself, defending freedom itself. That is a rally that everybody should be able to get behind. You know what I'm saying? So why does my lives keep... See, this is why I don't stream on TikTok. My live has been restricted as a result of the content. What content? I'm reading news stories. Fuck off, TikTok. But, yeah. I hear my cat wants to get in here. She is mouthy. I've never owned a cat before, but dear God, I don't know if anybody else has a cat. My cat will yell at me, and to literally yell at me until she gets her way. So, yeah, but she's adorable, so I let her do it. Before I get to the Abrego, there's an update in the Abrego Garcia case. I want to talk about the Doge $5,000 stimulus check that all these guys are waiting for and just can't wait to do. Fucking idiots, man. They really believe this. You know how many videos I watched on TikTok and on freaking Twitter of MAGA dumbasses being like, we getting $5,000. At one point, it was $8,000. I'm like, y'all are dumb. You really think these dudes are looking for money to give to you? Are you fucking high? Like, come on, man. You honestly thought these greedy ass billionaires were looking out for you. All right, well, let's look at it. Let's see what there's an update. Okay, so from Cryptopolitan, I don't know, this is on Sever. You can find the story anywhere. More than 50% of taxpayers do not qualify for Elon's $5,000 Doge stimulus check. Huh. I wonder who doesn't qualify. I wonder. Take a guess. Take a wild fucking guess who doesn't qualify. Okay, let's look. All right, in this post, so Elon's Doge stimulus has dropped from $5,000 to possibly just $375 a person. But there's a catch. Only tax-paying households earning over $40,000 will qualify for the Doge payout. So basically anybody that gets a tax refund that doesn't pay in at the end of the year when you file your taxes, if you get a refund, you don't qualify for this Doge check. And half of America, I said this yesterday, this is a fact, you can look it up. It may have changed over the last 3 years when I came up with this statistic, but half of the United States per person, not per household, half of the individuals in America right now make less than $30,000 a year. Just think about that. There's the laugh again. I know that one got me. From $5,000 to $375,000. I can't wait to see him bragging about how it's $375. I'm getting $375. They'll be happy about anything they tell them. These people are brainwashed, completely freaking brainwashed. But yeah, so if you thought you were getting, but if you get a refund, which most people do, like most people don't understand, appeal again. Most people don't understand that you don't pay taxes. You don't. They take it out of your check, but if you make below a certain amount of money, most people get a fat ass refund every year. And they're like, I paid too much in taxes. No, you don't. You get a surplus back on top of the amount that you paid in. I know. I was a single parent. I used to get freaking like $7-8 grand, dude. I'm telling you what, tax season for a single parent in America is better than Christmas. Usually it's what you use to pay off all your bills from Christmas that you accumulated. But no, that used to be better than Christmas for everybody. I used to buy so much shit during tax season, man, that was like the best time of the year. Because Christmas, when you're a single parent in America, is the worst time of the year. I don't know about people with big families, maybe it's different, but for me, like having, because my family consists of my mom and my kids. That's it. That's all I got in the world. I mean, I have other relatives, but like, whatever, that I don't know, really. I have some relatives in Georgia. I have some relatives in Germany that I don't even know. I have a sister that I don't even know. My mom was married before she met my dad, but I have a half sister I've never even met. So I have a small family. So Christmas for a small family is lonely and it's depressing and it's stressful because you want your kids to have a good Christmas. But when you're broke, trying to figure that shit out, man, that's hard. While simultaneously trying to make sure you keep the lights and the gas on for the heat. I mean, this is the reality for most Americans, including myself. Like, this shit is not easy. I'm broke as fuck doing this podcast. I'm not even kidding. If I showed you guys my tax return from last year, you'd fucking laugh. You'd be like, how did you survive on that? I just happen to be in a position where I don't have any debt. So I'm able to live a very humble lifestyle to pursue something that I feel like, I guess, is important to me. And I like to think it's important to other people too, but this is important to me, and I want to do this. But being poor in America, especially as a parent, sucks. It's hard. It's horrible. Every day is god awful stressful. Like, you go to bed just laying there at night, and your mind is racing because you have no idea how you're going to pay rent next month, and you got like a week until the end of the month. Like, it's not cool, man. If you've grown up with money, man, just be humble and appreciate that shit. Because I guarantee you, no matter what you've been through, until you've been poor in America, like dirt poor, where you don't know how you're paying for food next week, yeah, it's an experience. You need to have respect for people that go through that shit, because it's not hard. That's why people break, man. That's why people snap. Everybody has a breaking point in America. Everybody has a breaking point in this world. You know what I mean? And then we live in a society that likes to push people past a breaking point. And then when it happens, they blame it on like, oh, they had mental health problems or whatever. Yeah, they did. And you guys made it worse by taking away their fucking medication and their health care and all that stuff. And then you wonder why they snap. Like Luigi Mangione. Like, why you wonder why that happened? The guy was trying to get help and nobody listened to him. You know what I'm saying? And he fucking snapped. Look what he did. I'm just saying, everybody has a breaking point. And this administration is really, really pushing the collective we past it. Resistance only lasts so long. I have to be very careful when I talk about this. Resistance only lasts so long. Eventually, diplomacy fails. If the people that you're trying to be diplomatic with don't give a shit about diplomacy and aren't going to listen, there is only one next logical step, and we have to try and avoid that at all costs. But if we have a society that's confused and doesn't know what's going on, and then they're listening to like Fox News and Donald Trump and these people are trying to control the narrative and feed them misinformation, they're going to win. They won the media war this last go around. This was an absolute 100% media war. They won it. They won on podcasts, even though Donald Trump sounded like a gibbering idiot on Joe Rogan's podcast. Everybody's like, oh, he's cool, man. He went on Joe Rogan's podcast. Like, that's honestly how some people voted. They saw Donald Trump on Rogan's podcast or talking about cocaine with fucking, what's his name, Theo Vaughn. They're like, oh, yeah, he's a cool dude, man. He's hanging out with Theo Vaughn. That's literally the thought process of some of these people. I'm so honest and humble. You can give me a motherly hug. I could use a hug right now, Pamela. I could use a hug. Kathy, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You guys are making me want to live stream more often. I'm not going to lie. This shit's fun. This shit's fun being able to talk to you and interact at the same time. Now I'm starting to understand it. Like when I play games, nobody watches. So I'm like just sitting there with my thumb up my butt, trying to be amusing to myself, I guess. Sometimes Amanda has mercy on me and comes on and plays the Call of Duty with me, so I don't talk to myself. But it's nice. I like this. I'm starting to get used to it. I was worried that I would come out here and just stare at the screen and not have anything to say and be like, what y'all want to talk about? And we could do that too. If you guys ever have any questions, if you ever have any questions or if you ever have any comments or any news stories you want us to do on our podcast, because we're still doing 3 podcasts a week, y'all. I mean, I hope you guys appreciate how hard it is to put one podcast together. Like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And it's just like this is just a passion project for us. Like, we don't, like, money is, God damn it, why do they keep restricting my lives? Money was never the whole point of this. To be able to support ourselves and our families would be fantastic, and be able to do content full time. But we've never been out here. Like, if you go on my TikTok video or my feed, I think one time I tried to, because I could sell TikTok shop stuff to you guys. I could be a grifter and be like, oh, look at this product. It's so cool. It's only whatever on TikTok shop right now with free shipping. I could do that. I'm a salesman. I can sell shit all day long. I think there's one video on there for the Black American flag, because I have one behind me. And for those that don't know, the black flag means no surrender. That's why I have it behind me. But yeah, so I didn't want our page, like, we have a couple things of merch that I made on our YouTube feed or our YouTube channel just for fun, because they're funny. And but I never wanted our pages to be about like selling shit. And that, if you look at my TikTok videos, I think one video, maybe two, that I tried to actually just promote something. And I was just like, I just sat there, I think, with music and had the link on the screen, to be honest with you, because I feel weird trying to do that. I don't want to make it cheesy at all. I want this to be something of moral value, I guess, is the way to put it, if that makes any sense. And I'm not here on a high horse trying to tell you guys I'm a great person, because I've done some shitty stuff in my life. You know, one of these days we're going to have a conversation about, like, my whole life. I have an interesting story. I do. It's filled with good and bad. I've seen the best parts of life, but I've also seen the worst too at the same time. So I like to joke that I have 100 years worth of life experience at 47. So, yeah. All right. So anyway, back to the news. Okay, so again, holy shit, it's been an hour and a half already. All right, so we got a half an hour to go. Let's get through some of this stuff. So there is going to be, for those of you that are excited about $375, I want you to hold your breath. or what's the saying? You can shit in one hand and wish in the other, and see which one fills up first. Do that. Yeah, because you're never going to see any money from Elon Musk. You're also probably never going to see the Epstein files. You guys know there's a rumor going around, and this is just a rumor, that the Epstein files have been destroyed. Which I would not be surprised, because guess who's all over them? It's like the right is expecting to see, I don't know, like Michael Jackson or somebody crazy famous in these Epstein files, and not Donald Trump. It's like they're going to, because you know how these people are, they're going to see it in there. Like, Donald Trump could hand them the Epstein files. They could see his name in it and be like, that's fake. They would just refuse to believe it. I'm a veteran. I have a lot more. Most of my life experience comes from outside of being a veteran. Actually, most of my life experience goes from growing up being in the military. Growing up in the military was freaking awesome. I had a blast. We were unsupervised. Like, fuck, dude. We were skaters. We would leave base and there was no cell phones. Okay, this is in the 80s. I was 12. We would leave base, skateboard all day long, and as long as we were home by a certain time, my parents wouldn't even ask, where were you? As long as you were home, you just sat down for dinner. That was how it worked. That's how it worked. You know what I mean? Back in the day, especially in the military, because, like, we were different. We were different kids. We would fight. We would fight. we did fight. Oh my God, man! I had a few black eyes growing up, bloody noses. We used to rub all the time. It was like for fun though. It was like it was something we did. But like on base though, we were the kids that we would just run the base as long as we didn't go into any like there were certain areas we knew not to go to. But if we stayed in the neighborhood, dude, we were completely unsupervised. Dude, growing up in the military was awesome. And it was a melting pot of different cultures. I think that's one of the reasons I am the way I am, is growing up in a multicultural environment and being able to travel to different parts of the world and seeing different cultures. Plus, my mom's German, so like I know a lot of European cultures, stuff like that. Yeah, it broadens your horizons. If you live in a small town like I do now, like I can see how growing up in a small town and having a very narrow view on life, just things that people tell you throughout your life. I can see how people get sucked into that. I guess, I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't know how you unprogram. Jeez, I don't know how you deprogram people like that. I don't know, because that's decades of conditioning, not just recently. Like this is by design. America's education system and America's society is by design. They want us to stay stupid so they can keep us arguing and bickering about dumb shit. It's always been about the wealthiest 1%. Not even the wealthiest 1%, the wealthiest 0.1%. It's always been about the billionaires. There's only, what, like 200, 300 billionaires in the United States, I think. I don't even remember. It's a minuscule amount compared to the American population, but we allow these people to control everything. It blows me away. Like, we should have all the power and the decision-making ability in this country, not them. Why are they making decisions for us? That doesn't make any sense to me. And why are we automatically respecting people and giving them positions of power because they have money or because they're famous? Doesn't make them good people, okay? We need to start looking at who is a better person, like someone that cares about other people, not someone that cares about just status and wealth and power. Is that so hard? I mean, we could have had that. We still can have that. It's not over yet. Donald Trump's going to try everything he can to tear this democracy down. He's going to try everything he can to tear us apart and to get us to fight with one another. And the last thing we are going to do is let it happen, right? Like, we're not going to let it happen. I don't give a fuck. If this is what I have, this is the hill I will die on if I have to. That I will not let the country that my father fought in 2 fucking wars for go to fascism and just disregard it, the democracy, like it never happened. Like, this is not the way it's supposed to be. This is not normal. It's not okay. And we don't have to accept it. We do not have to accept the current situation. That's the one great thing about being American, is we can say fuck the government if we want to and get away with it. Okay? But he's trying to change that. He's trying to make it illegal. And I'm being metaphorical here, but he's making it illegal to say bad things about the government and the bad things about Trump. I'm not even kidding. Some of the shit they're talking about is absolutely insane. So I'm almost out of news stories for the day. So let's go to the Abrego Garcia case. So Donald Trump, formally, they have invoked state secrets privilege in the Abrego Garcia case. And I vaguely know what this means. So the Trump administration formally asserted the state secrets privilege through a sealed court filing in Maryland. Like, what are they hiding? What are they hiding? The invocation, this guy could have been back with his family by now, and that we could have been putting this behind us, but no, they don't want to draw this out. The invocation followed a clerical error that led to the wrongful March 15, 2025 deportation of 29-year-old Abrego Garcia. The U.S. District Judge ordered both sides to submit written briefs by Monday and scheduled a May 16th hearing on the privilege claim. The administration claims the deportation documents are state secrets. So they don't want to give it up, is what they're saying. They don't want to give up the documents regarding this. Yeah, something shady's going on. I'm telling you, something shady's between him and Bukele or whatever. But I think Bukele's going to back out of this whole deal, because I think Trump last reported they were only paying him like less than $10 million to house these people, when Bukele gets hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, from the United Nations. And he could lose that if he's, committing acts of crimes against humanity, human trafficking, things like that. That might ruin his chances with the UN. So I can't imagine he's going to give up hundreds of millions of dollars in UN funding over this deal with Donald Trump. And again, from what I've understood and what I've researched, Bukele, the agreement that may bite Donald Trump in the ass, because they're all about the words, and they always try to manipulate how things are interpreted. But Donald Trump's agreement with Bukele was convicted criminals. Okay, convicted criminals. And last reporting, we know like 75% of the people, or at least half of the people that were sent to El Salvador, don't even have a criminal history. But they were sent to a death camp because of tattoos, or well, they were sent to a death camp because of the color of skin. Let's just not sugarcoat it, because they were brown skinned. That's why they were sent there. No other reason. The cruelty is the point with these people. It's amazing to me how heartless this administration is. I mean, it just look at it from a human. I mean, just being human. Just be human. Be better people. It's not that freaking hard, man. It's not that hard to not be an asshole. It's actually easier to not be an asshole, believe it or not. Coming from somebody that used to be an asshole and used to be a shit person, being a shitty person makes you feel shitty. Being a good person and doing good things for other people makes you feel good. It's just that simple. That's kind of how humanity works. But from my experience, there's also a deadening effect. There's an actual law. It's like the laws of lessening effect. I forget what it is. It's like you do something terrible and it makes you feel very, very shitty. But you do that same terrible act over and over again, you feel less shitty every single time, to the point where you eventually get immune to it. That's how these people are, okay? Some of these people have been hateful bigots their whole life and have done terrible things and called people horrible things so long that it almost brings them joy. Like that's they've been programmed to be like this. And that's sad. And again, how do you unteach all this stuff? I don't know that you can. But at some point, we're going to, as a society, going to have to move away from this way of life, this way of thinking. So, yeah, let's go on to Twitter for the last little bit of it. We got about 15 minutes or so. Well, actually, you know what? Let's see what Donald Trump's posted. Let's see what this dipshit's posting on True Social. Let's see if he's updated it. Uh-oh, something went wrong. Network error. Of course it did. It's Truth Social. Of course it did. All right, so 28 minutes ago, 1 hour 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 ago. Fuck, 1 hour ago. How many times can you post in 1 hour? Oh my God, these are all from an hour within, okay, 3 hours. Oh my God, I want to see where 24 hours is. We're 22 hours. 1 day. Okay, 1 day. 1 day ago. 1 day ago. Okay. Holy fuck. This guy posts like a pissed off teenager. We are making great progress on the one big, beautiful bill. Our economy is doing well, but it's going to boom in a way never seen before. We are going to do no tax on tips, no tax on senior Social Security, no tax on overtime, and much more. It will be the biggest tax. This is such a lie. There's none of this is in any of these bills. Okay. And he apparently has a major trade deal he was going to announce with the UK. Yesterday, that's what I were talking about. You know what's funny? They wanted to announce it, but he openly admitted that the deal's not even done. So he announced a tentative deal. Jeanette, thank you for another 50 Danish kroners. Thank you so much. But yeah, so the deal's not even done, and a reporter called him out. He's like, aren't you kind of like, jumping the gun here a little bit? So yeah, he's celebrating a deal with the UK that's not even complete yet. Hold up, let me pull it back up. This shit's so funny. The agreement with the UK is a full, comprehensive one that will cement the relationship with the UK for many years to come. We didn't have a problem with the UK until you start fucking around, man. The golden age of America is coming. Okay, that was 13 hours ago. Jerome Powell is a fool. Okay, great. Oh, no. Oh, I wondered how many posts before I found something that would blame Joe Biden. Air traffic problems caused by incompetent Biden administration. Oh, my God. And he's blaming Pete Buttigieg. He's blaming Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden. I will fix it, he says in all caps. Victory Day. Yeah, the guy wants to rename it Veterans Day and call it Victory Day. What a dick. And then they changed it back to Veterans Day because of obvious reasons that fucking everybody was pissed off about it. Veterans were in an uproar. I was mad about it. That show's stupid. All right, what's this one? This is 10:59 a.m. Okay. Today is an incredible day for America as we deliver our first fair and first fair, open, and reciprocal. I'm always capitalizing all these things. Sometimes our past presidents never cared about. Together with a strong ally, the UK, we have reached our first historic trade deal since Liberation Day, or Great Depression Day, as most people are calling it. But we didn't have a problem with the UK. We didn't need a deal. We didn't need a deal with the UK. Everything was fine. Jesus. Oh, okay. Then he posts some fake numbers about the unprecedented. And again, this deal is not done. This is not a done deal that he's bragging about on Truth Social. Okay, he's bragging about this deal that is not finished. Stay tuned, he says. Many more to come. 90 deals in 90 days, they promise. So far, this is deal number 1. Fucking deal number 1, bro. He said these guys are so pathetic. So pathetic. What is this?
This morning, I'm thrilled to announce that we have reached a breakthrough trade deal with the United Kingdom. Incredible country. Today is a victory day for World War II. We won the war together exactly 80 years ago, so there could be no more perfect morning to reach this historic agreement. And it's beautiful weather out, I will tell you that, Keir. Beautiful.
Is he talking about the weather? It's beautiful weather out. Man, this dementia-ridden dude, this dude's out of it, bro. This dude's out of it. Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Congratulations, the Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, who was named, it's actually a pretty big deal, first American Pope. It's a great honor, meeting Pope Leo. Okay. MAGA's all pissed off because of this guy, because he's reposted some stuff. Oh, you know what? I have Twitter open. I could probably find some of the reposts from our new Pope is actually on Twitter. Howard Nutlick is agreement. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I have spoken with my wonderful Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, and we agree that the Biden-Harris so-called Digital Equity Act is totally unconstitutional. No more woke handouts based on race. So basically, saying now you can discriminate against black people again. That's pretty on par. But they're calling it racist. Okay, whatever. Talks with Russia and Ukraine continue. No, they're not. Nobody's listening to you, dude. Putin is laughing at you on Russian television, making fun of you. Oh, my God. The deal I made with the UK is great for our farmers and ranchers. Hopefully it is, because all the funding they cut is going to decimate all the farmers and ranchers. Then he congratulates a bunch of people that lick his butthole. This is all just one day, dude. This is crazy. And the man's 80-something, or no, what, 79, 80 years? Oh, that's right, his birthday's in 8 days. Or no, I'm sorry, his birthday's on June 14th. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to burp into the microphone. Just kind of pops up. You've got to be fucking kidding me. I am pleased to announce that Judge Janine Pirro will be appointed interim U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. Oh, my God. Are you... This woman is legitimately crazy. She is a die-hard Trump sycophant who was recently on Fox News arguing against due process. Another Fox... Fuck. Sorry, give me a second. Oh my God, dude, give me a second. Another Fox host is now helping run the goddamn government. Okay. No wonder the world thinks we're a fucking joke. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Janine Pirro. She is obnoxious. I cannot stand her. Yeah, so that's okay. So 36 minutes. That's all one day. That's all one day. Yep, that was his most recent one. But yeah, let me look because the Pope. What was his name? Prevost. That's got to be him. Bro, the Pope has 300,000 followers. I'm following him. I followed the Pope on Twitter. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But apparently he has been reposting some stuff very critical of the Trump administration, which has the Trump in an Trumpers, the MAGA crowd in an uproar. I was worried they were going to get a right-wing Pope. God forbid they have control of the Catholic Church too. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine? Like I understand the Donald Trump shit was a joke, but they could have gotten somebody that was very sympathetic to the MAGA movement as Pope. They could have done that, and they would have had control of the Vatican and the Catholic Church. That's power right there. Those people get away with everything. So, yeah, but that's our Pope. You guys want to follow him on Twitter? He's on there. His last post was April 14th, though. But it was regarding Bukele and Trump using the Oval Office to basically film a commercial for their death camp. That's weird. I just followed the Pope. That's cool. And I'm not religious. Again, I'm a deist. I believe in God. I just don't believe in religion. I bet Piero can drink hog's breath under the table. I guarantee that woman has a bottle of wine in her before noon. Oh, God. Oh, no. Laura Loomer. Uh-oh. Laura Loomer's talking about the Pope. This is the new Pope. His name is Robert Prevost. He's the first American Pope. He's anti-Trump, anti-MAGA, pro-open borders, and a total Marxist like Pope Francis. Catholics don't have anything good to look forward to, just another Marxist puppet in the Vatican. That's the Pope you're talking about, you fucking troll. That's all Laura Loomer is. She is a professionally paid Twitter troll. Accomplished nothing, but gets paid very well to just be a online right-wing. I'm not gonna say the word. But I can't. This is one of the people I can't stand. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene is another one. Let's see what this crazy, you know what, is up to. Let's see what she has to say about the new Pope. Marjorie, if I spelled it right. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's see what she has to say. Gotta love her profile. Congresswoman for blah, blah, blah. Christian, mom, small business owner, proud American, 100% pro-life, pro-gun, pro-Trump. For the love of God. So weird. Gulf of America. That's what she's talking about. Yeah, that's, that makes sense. That's on par. But she has two accounts. She has two accounts. I don't think that's her official one. I think this is her official one. She's the chairwoman of the Doge Committee. That's terrifying. She's one of the dumbest people in Congress. And Looney Loomer. I know. I don't know why anybody listens to her. She goes to the White House and gives Donald Trump advice. That's who Trump listens to, y'all. I told you yesterday about Peter Navarro, his expert on tariffs, who made up an expert on tariffs to quote in a book that he wrote. Yeah, that's what he's listening to. People like Peter Navarro and Laura Loomer and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh boy. What did she post recently? We must defund Planned Parenthood and pass my bill, Protect Children's Innocence Act, to criminalize sex changes, hormones, puberty blockers. She is, oh my God, I'm not going to show that. She is truly obsessed with genitals. What is wrong with this woman? She is truly obsessed with what's in people's pants. I mean, she's the same person as Hunter Biden. She showed Hunter Biden dick pics on the House floor. Why? Something's wrong with her. Something's wrong with these people. They are really, really, really obsessed with what do you have in between your legs. That is not okay, and that is not normal. What is between my legs is none of your fucking business. Get over it. Like this is a total. Yeah, it rhymes with Yahtzee again, but this is their way. They target the trans community first. They demonize them. They turn people against them, and then the immigrants. Okay, and then after that, it's the American citizens, which they've already deported some. It's the playbook. It's the World War II playbook. People, you got to open your fucking eyes to see it. Stop denying what's right in front of you. This is not normal. This is not okay. This is straight up right out of Adolf's wildest dreams. They are passing, or they are trying to pass on. I don't know. They're taking over his legacy and trying to reenact it in America, because we never got rid of it. We never got rid of it. And I forget who pointed it out, but we treated German prisoners better. We treated German prisoners, German soldier prisoners. Can't say the actual word because I'm on TikTok. Better than the Trump administration is treating innocent American citizens and innocent migrants. And I don't give a fuck if they're here illegally, okay? Crossing the border is a misdemeanor, not a felony, and definitely not a crime that you need to be deported to a death camp for, okay? Deported, okay, whatever, fine. But then if you want them to come here legally, you got to fix the system. I know some people, it took decades. There's one comedian, I forget his name. It took him 20 years to get his citizenship. Thousands of dollars. And people that don't necessarily speak English as a first language, you want them to come here legally? Come on, man. Don't be realistic. If we're going to fix the immigration problem, if there even is one, I don't believe that there is one, we have to fix the system in which they're able to come here legally. Because right now it's almost impossible to come here legally. Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible, but the amount of hoops and the money it costs and the time and meetings and lawyer fees and all, it's expensive to become an American. Freedom is not free in America, yo. Think about that. Freedom is not free in America. It costs money to be free in America. Okay? Those of us that are poor, we're in a prison of sorts because our world is very small. We don't get to go anywhere. We don't get to buy things. We don't get to enjoy luxury things that some of you guys get to enjoy. You know what I mean? So a lot of us live in a prison of sorts in our own world. But yeah, again, bring in people here. If you cross the border illegally, then we have to make it easier for people to come here legally. If you want people to come here, if that's the argument, if you want people to come here legally, we have to fix the way that they come here, because that system is fucked. I wrote about it in my book when I wrote about this. I looked into it. It's completely screwed. The immigration system and how you become an American citizen. If you pay, if you have enough money, yeah, you're good. You're good. It's like everything in America. It's pay to play. That's capital. That's what they should call capitalism. Pay to play. It's like playing Call of Duty. That's what America is like. It's like playing Call of Duty. If you really want to enjoy the game, you got to pay to buy all the skins and the weapons and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's America. If you want to enjoy America, you got to be able to afford the trips and the gas and the hotels and the foods and the nice clothes and all that stuff. America is pay to play. Okay? You can't enjoy this country. A lot of us can't enjoy this country, especially me, because I'm so wrapped up in what's going on. I don't get to enjoy life anymore. Like, this shit is toxic to your mental health. Fortunately or unfortunately for me, I seem to be semi-immune to it and can continue pushing through it. But a lot of it has to do with you guys supporting us as well, because I did want to give up. But I'm rambling at this point. It's been 2 hours. I accomplished my goal. I want to thank you guys for watching. I love you guys all. I'm actually getting a little choked up saying this. I love you guys. From the bottom of my heart, I fucking love you guys, man. I want to keep doing this. If you can help us out, please donate. The link tree is in the comments. It's in the description of the video. It's on our channel page. If you're on TikTok, it's in my bio. We need your help. We can't do this without you, okay? If they're willing to fund hate, we have to be willing to fund a better way of doing things. And we have to be willing to step up And some of us, like me and Mike and Tom and Matt, and a lot of those guys and Liz, are willing to be on the front line. So you don't have to be, okay? You don't have to be out in the streets doing what we do. But we can't do this without your support at the same time. We're willing to do it, but we need the help at the same time. I love you guys so much. I'm going to stop because I'm actually starting to tear up a little bit. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. It's so weird. And anyway, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you guys enjoyed this, I really want to keep doing more of this because this is actually fun. I did not know how I would like doing this because streaming games to me is kind of boring unless I have somebody to interact with, like Amanda when she hops on. Try to relax, Jeremy. Yeah, good luck with that. Fucking hell. I'm okay. I manage. I do a guided meditation thing at night, every night before I go to bed. There's an app called Breathe, I think it's called. And every night when I go to bed, I do these guided meditations. And honestly, I think that's what helps. Plus, I smoke a lot of weed. So that helps too. Thank God. I always say I'm going to get in trouble on TikTok, but I always say it. Thank God for weed, man. Thank God for weed. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. I love you all. If you can support us, please, thank you so much. We love you. I really appreciate it. If not, though, just share the videos, share the lives. Let us know let's just share. Word of mouth is huge, and subscribing to the channel is free. You know what I mean? At minimum, we can get a couple people here and there to subscribe to the channel. We've grown to 3,300 and some odd people in just over a year and a half. And just out of sheer willpower and you guys continuing to come back and watch our shows, we've managed to grow quite a bit with no budget. So I think if we could somehow find funding and really make a go of this, I think we could do some real damage. And I mean damage in a positive way and break through this right-wing sphere because we have to have a left-wing progressive, anti-fascism, anti-racism, just teaching people that there's a better way of doing things because there is a better way of doing things. This is what's going on right now is not the way to do it. This is not okay. This is not normal. We should never accept it. We should never normalize this. I will never be okay. And like I said, this will be the bridge I die on or the hill or whatever the fucking saying is. I don't even know. I've been rambling for too long. Thank you guys. I love you all. And probably not going to do a stream tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday? I don't know if I'll be doing a stream tomorrow because I have to start planning for Sunday's stream with Mike and then Monday's stream with James. So I want to do more of these like daily recaps because they're actually kind of fun because there's honestly so much news that we could talk for a couple hours and hang out and get to know each other a little bit. So yeah, I love you guys. And I'll be gaming. If you guys want to hang out and play video games, I'll be on playing Warzone here in a minute.